Ho 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 and happy vault days. Merry Christmas, guys. Let's crack these vaults. I have only a few to open today, but two of them are absolutely massive. My Shaman one, I have a full vault of for mythic track gear on dungeons. Same with our monk as always. I did enjoy grinding on my Shaman last week, but on the Druid, I just did one key and there's so much that could hit as always. We need some tier pieces though. I really want this Resto tier set. Um, because that's when Resto Druid comes alive. So, oh man, it is a one hand, which I guess I will take because this character does have that bad two hand. Get oot, get oot is like a Canadian saying get out, or is it trying to say get loot? I don't know, but we do have this heroic track two hand that we'll use until we get an offhand. But once I get an offhand, I will replace this because I'm not even using that. I don't have it macroed to anything. I should macro it to something, but kind of a dud. But once again, I only did one key just to keep a vault fresh, just to get that dopamine hit. Let's move on to the priest. All right, so the priest we did a couple of keys on. I think I did four on, maybe. Yeah, I think I did a four. So I'll have two options. But I want to challenge you guys. So down in the comment section below, make the comments look like you're calling out of raid last minute. And whoever can have the worst, like most annoying way to call out of raid, like last minute, I'll shout out in the next video, but just make it as obnoxious as possible. Like last second, someone calls out because their cat peed on their keyboard or something like that. Just make it funny, make it obnoxious, and I'll shout you out. But all right, this character once again can hit in a lot of different places. This character actually does need a one hand. We have a good offhand, but no good one hand. Trinkets are like okay, passable for now, but we just need tier set for these alts. Really. So we're looting for Holy. Once again, some of you said that Holy and Disc don't really have too different of a of loot tables. Okay, there is a tier set and a trinket of a piece we already have. Unfortunately, we're missing out on the myth track, but yeah, we're not going to take the myth track of a trinket we already have over a tier piece. That to me just seems a little weird. So let's make sure we don't have these hands. Perfect. Okay, we take tier set. I call that a win, even though we could just catalyze this piece, and probably the better in-game option is to take this piece. But I don't think we'll miss out on that trinket too much. Just taking the tier piece, calling it a day, I call that a win. All right, we're on to the Shaman, and like I said, this character has a full vault, and it's still very low item level. We still don't have a necklace. Some of you guys have been telling me to buy one from the auction house. I don't want to spend 1,000 gold on that. I think this is like a treasure. This is kind of like our tabard that we're wearing, is this necklace. But I'm excited to see what you guys comment below. Hopefully there's some good ones so that we have some funny ones to read, but I feel like that's just gonna make my day better, reading those comments all day, like, hey, sorry, can't make it to raid tonight because, you know, I don't know, it's lasted longer than 4 hours. I don't know, something funny. But okay, what does this character need? I did finally catalyze my tier set, so I do have an updated tier set. But honestly, we need a necklace. We need another trinket. We need a ring. See, this vault is going to be more exciting. It's very similar to my monk's vault, but my monk is my main, and there's not too many pieces that are upgrades anymore on my monk. But this character is very exciting. It feels like week 1 again, where we have so many different upgrades. I would even take like a myth track tier piece, honestly, if we get that. Like, ooh, a neck would be just massive. We would get like 10 item levels. Ooh, a shield. Okay, myth track shield with avoidance. That is going to be hard to beat. We got the bad two hand that zaps yourself. What is this? Wrist. Equip. Taking nature damage increases crit, strike, haste, mastery, and verse for 500. But it looks like it doesn't have any secondary stats on it. Gold-coated superconductors? I feel like it's just got to be the offhand, the shield, right? I'm not even going to sim it. This is weird. This is very weird. How often do you take nature damage? I feel like that's hard to predict in some dungeons. Like some dungeons, I feel like you wouldn't really get much value from this. I don't know. I'll take the shield and probably regret it later, but I'm just going to be happy because if, you know, a shield is a shield. We take that with avoidance. Oh yeah, we take that all day. We did get a couple of item levels, but still no necklace. Eventually, I'll get a necklace, and then we'll jump up to like 6, you know, 44, you know, like something crazy. All right, but that was actually pretty exciting. I take that. I take a shield with avoidance. We take that all day, any day. That's huge. Now let's move on to the monk. And the monk has a lot of good pieces already. Not too many pieces that could be an upgrade. All right, it is monk time, and I'm still gonna be looting as Mistweaver. A lot of times, like this late into the season, a lot of times I swap to looting like Windwalker or Brewmaster because by then I usually have my end game trinkets and my weapon, and that's kind of like all I need intellect specifically. But now I still would like a Mythic Track Mr. Pick Me Up. I don't know if I'll be able to get this because we're currently progging on the boss that drops this on Mythic. Also, I did end up taking the Reverb Radio last week, but this is very replaceable, especially if I get like a Heroic Mugs Moxie Jug or something. So a lot of things that could be replaced, like my ring situation, still not quite there. I do have a lot of myth track pieces, but really it's just the rings. But like a mythic track chest would be absolutely massive. Still even a two-hand, even though I crafted my two-hand, a two-hand could be pretty nice. Like if it's like our bis one, would be nice because that could be like a 678 piece once fully maxed. A cloak, I do have a lot of good heroic cloak options, but a good mythic track cloak could be nice. A good necklace, just any of these heroic pieces. And we have we have more than three chances because I have my raid loot too, but we have a lot of chances to hit. If we miss on all of these slots, that's going to be very sad. Okay, so the third week in a row that we get this blast furious machete. Oh man, it's a very good weapon, but unfortunate. I'm tired of seeing it. Wrist piece. Okay, we got a wrist. We do get the mythic track chest, so this is a good fail safe. The get oot, the Canadian get out, comes back the one hand, and then we got another. Ooh, my favorite word. I see the L word over there. Okay, we got leech boots, but our boot options. We have so many mythic track boots at this point. Well, I only have one pair, but I definitely don't think I'd take that pair just for the leech. I do think it's correct for me to take this chest and call it a day. But I feel like there is an argument to take one of the one hands. It would be this one, the crit haste one. There's an argument for me to take the one hand, and then if I do end up getting a mythic track offhand later in the season, I could replace it. But that's so many crests, you know, down the line. That's like many months later, basically. So we're just gonna take the chest. Like I said, take the chest, call it a day. And man, this is like the 5th chest enchant I've had to buy this season. But you know what? I am happy. What do we get? We get a 15 Rookery. There's only 2 15s that I need left on this character, and it's Floodgate and Cinder Brew. And if I would have landed with one of those 15, that would have been huge, like even more exciting than our vault. But gonna try to get these last 2 15s out of the way so that I can finally start getting these like easier 16s done and start pushing my IO up. I want to join the 3.3 club. We're so close, but hey, maybe this chess piece, this mythic track chess piece, can help us get there. But guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully you guys enjoy these vault videos as much as I do. Next week, I'll try to have more of my alts prepared, but this week, I really wanted to condense it into the monk and the shaman and a little bit of the priest. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Once again, comment some funny stuff down below about you guys calling out for raid earlier or like right before raid starts. And then also let me know what you guys got in the vault. You can kind of do it 2 different comments or in the same comment. It doesn't matter. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next week for a vault video or soon this week for another video. Until then, take care and check out my streams. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 1 p.m. Central. Would love to have you guys there. We have a lot of fun. All right, guys. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.